Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today we are going to be taking a look at another festival. This time this is the big Score Precons. So, okay, it's an alchemy level festival. So that means cards from Dominaria and pretty much from Dominaria United up to this point, plus the alchemy counterparts. But it also includes cards from the big Score bonus sheet. And they're giving us a few precons for us to test out here, and they are quite interesting. First of all, I'm actually going to I'm going to pay for this one. Let's go. I really like trying out these festivals. So what are our 5 different deck options here? We'll start with the 2 at the edges because both of them are ironically not ironically, both of them are coincidentally artifact theme. So this one's called Artifact or Fiction. Pretty much it's all art. The fact or fiction one is Intrude on the Mind. It does generate a top tier artifact with some power and toughness on that. That said, you are generating a lot of power and toughness. That's like for Gleaming Gear Drake. Sure, you have to sacrifice an artifact, but there are plenty of artifact sacrifice synergies here. First of all, you're making a lot of artifacts between Case of the Filch Falcon, Spyglass Iron making map tokens, Torch the Tower giving us something to bargain, Candy Trail having a built-in food. Legion Extruder doesn't sacrifice itself, but it's a very good way to sacrifice other stuff and generate creature tokens at instant speed. Reckless Detective, also a way to sacrifice artifacts for free. It also gives us a draw card, which is quite important. Gadgeteer for making a lot of the sacrifice stuff cheaper. Esoteric Duplicator is the other payoff where you can create where if you sacrifice another artifact, you can create a token that's a copy of that artifact. Something to keep in mind. Splitting the Power Stone. It's there to make 2 Power Stone tokens and draw a card. Excogitator Sphinx. This one's 2 of whenever you get to investigate, and you can sacrifice to seek an instant or sorcery card. Actually, now that I think of it, the number of instant and sorceries are that. Okay, so it's like just Intrude on the Mind, Splitting the Power Stone, and Torch the Tower. Those are the only instant sorceries. So this is actually pretty tuned for what you're seeking, so there's that. On the other end, we have Token Resistance. This one is about going wide with a lot of artifact creature tokens, specifically the constructs that come from Urza's Command. Surgical Metamorph can copy a bunch of stuff. Worldwaker Helm can make copies of target artifacts, so pretty much this is the best one. There is another artifact that does this as well, but it's not here. That's it. You also get a lot of artifacts like 1/1 colorless gnome artifact tokens. Downmaker can excel another non-token permanent to turn it into an artifact version. Lots of neat stuff. Jailbreak Scheme. Given it can't be blocked, this one might be the oddest one out. Combat Couriers and Ginger Brood is probably a big one here as well. Then going towards the center, we have the big beaters here. Dynamite, very typical of the dinosaur deck. In fact, if I had focused more on dinosaurs in my last video, this is pretty much how I would have built it. The interesting inclusions is Sprouting Goblin, basically to help you hit your land drops. Stalwart Speartail. The Perpetually Get one is kind of cute, but is kind of cute as well. Way to buff them up, as if these guys need any more buffing. Wingbane Vantasaur is probably the best one of the bunch. Shame this is a one-off, having built-in Savage Stomp or Naturalize as needed. And of course, there's the 4 copies of Voltborn Tyrant that that if you can get to this, you're good. If you can't quite get to this, that might be an issue. Quatli Poet of Unity is probably the main way to do it, though you do have a limit window. you have to aim for that second chapter. Otherwise, it's gonna take quite a while to hit that one. I'm not depending on the Ixali storekeepers, but they can get kind of annoying, especially there's not that much removal that I've noticed here, so that could be an issue. Now, the green-white deck does have a bit more removal than usual, though this one's attacking or blocking, so you're not sniping those Ixali lorekeepers anytime soon. This one goes straight to the +1/+1 counters. Some Braid in the Gardens is needed. Bristlebud Farmer is the center of attention here. Though sacrificing a food to mill 3 cards and put a permanent among them in your hand. It is a 4-mana 5/5, but it is a very specific one. Otherwise, this is standard mount. But I would note this is a standard mount deck without Miriam, so that, well, they do give you 2 copies of Wily Duke, but no Miriam is quite interesting. And finally, we got the five color special, Open the Omen Paths. This one's pretty much a Yoda, the Unifier deck. Lots of legendaries to go around. I think interesting note is that there are a bunch of ways to Kellen the Kid plus loot is a way to get a bunch of card advantage. Omen Path Journey, a way to cut down the cards from cut down the number of cards here. This is pretty much meant to be a 5-color deck without having all the triomes. Rusko does make an appearance here, and Kellen can be quite a hit as well. That said, the one this is the one I'm the least confident in because it is quite mana intensive color wise. You need if you can't get the colors to line up with what you have in hand, you are in trouble. It's really Yoda or bust at that point. Now Yoda is really great in Commander when you are more or less guaranteed to hit it on turn 4, turn 5. Not so sure about this one here. So we are keeping this one. Turn 1 torch the tower into turn 1 possible torch the tower if we need to. This does give us. This is the cheap burn spell that can take out our opponent's stuff. Sparbluff Canal number 2. We'll go Gear Drake. Looking at the colors here, I suspect this is the 5-color deck. Yep, it is. Opponent is dropping all them land types. There was an argument for just playing the other Gear Drake and holding up torch. Well, now we're going to do it. We are going to take 1 damage from this, but this is... Oh wait, no, we're not taking 1 damage anymore. Okay, now the question is... It's probably going to be the Power Stone token because... And yeah, we don't need that because we do have Intrude on the Mind on standby now. And this does give us enough mana to actually we could have sacrificed this for 1 more counter, but I want to make it look like I'm leaving something up. Opponent probably looking for a Leyline Binding. They do have Inga and Eska. Okay, sure we can crack this draw. Ooh, double Intrude on the Mind's really neat. Now, we do have to be careful in how we split this. Like, I can go really greedy and go for the 5-0. Opponent most likely just gives us 5 cards from there. Opponent's not gonna Yoda. Well, opponent could Yoda. No leyline binding. Sure. Let that resolve. That's fine. We'll take 4. Opponent, if, and here's the thing, both piles are visible, so I'll be shocked if they gave us the esoteric duplicator. They're more likely to just give us the tree. No, they might give. It also is a shame that we can't see how we split the pile after we do it, but yeah, they are giving us. That one makes sense. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opponent could have another leyline binding at this point. This does not have haste, unfortunately. I can't. Now let's see if they have. No, they did not have the other leyline binding. So we managed to get there, and that is my concern of the 5-color deck. You have to have a lot of drops in the middle that you're able to stabilize. If you're not able to stabilize, you're doomed. Just doomed, plain doomed. So I am really honestly not looking forward to playing that last deck, but maybe we might see it work in a good way. That's a nice Oltec Matter Weaver, which is. Oh, it's a shame. I probably should have played something else first, then I could play for the Oltec Matter Weaver, then play for the Esoteric Duplicator. Omen Path Journey, probably should have tried that one first. Oh, we actually get all the cards that we're playing now on this. So that said, let's take a look at Token Resist. Let's try the Token Resistance. This time it goes wide. And I hope it gives us the I hope it gives us the skins right away. My annoyance with the big scores that all of them are set to mythic as if they're designed to eat up. They did not let us view it right away. Oh well. So Seachrome Coast Combat Courier. Actually, we can do Seachrome Coast Ginger Brute. Opponent is on green white and has the Novice Inspector to boot. So much for that. Okay. I just realized my mistake. I hadn't read this one through. The correct strat here would have been to play, especially if our opponent's going to just sack this now, the correct play would be to actually just play Landlore Navigator next. I guess what we can do now is we'll just have to do the turn 3 Matter Weaver. Then Ginger Brute was enough to set this one up. It conjures a Thieving Magpie. Not the greatest card these days, but it's still a card. I'm expecting our opponent to drop a Mount at this point. Congregation Griff would be the most annoying one. Yeah, otherwise the correct play would have been turn 1 Anchorage, turn 2 Navigator. Oh, I could have also cast this. Attack would just make a map token, but it just gets eaten by the Congregation Griff. We'll try that. we'll see how. It's also nice that it does take a bit to saddle this, so this is not just a gimme. But there are enough saddle creatures in this set that makes this kind of annoying. Also, okay, okay. That was unintentionally fast. I had no idea what happened with our opponent. I'm going to assume that our opponent had to go somewhere because that's the only explanation I have for this. Doesn't the concession is way too early? But we'll take that win. And we'll use this time to take a look at another deck. Actually, yeah, let's use this. Yeah, we weren't able to pop off with the tokens. We might try it again later, see if we can actually get it to work. We're gonna go with the saddle up deck this time. So the trick here now is we really want to curve out. We want the combination of small creatures and into saddle, or like we can drop saddle and then drop the creatures that can drop the mounts, then drop the creatures that can saddle it. That's a thing. Okay. So 2 tap lands, not so great. We can use Lush Portico to set this up, but we do have the double Seraphic Steeds. And we can also drop Stubborn Burrow Fiend from the time being if we're waiting. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep this one. Ideally, I can hit an untapped land mana, so I can go so I can go turn 2 Frontier Seekers, set up the next turns. Ooh, looks like the mount deck is quite popular. Okay, we're definitely keeping that up top. Also, Bristlebud Farmer is probably the best. Though do note that we create an angel token with flying, but this dies. Well, it has first strike, so it can kind of survive. But it dies really quickly. So turn to Frontier Seekers, set up our next drop. Then we can do turn 3 Restless Prairie. Stubborn Burrow Fiend is okay. I have no idea why our opponent's timing out now. Did they literally just keep a 1-land hand? Oh, I really should have. They did not surveil. They did not surveil, so they really wanted what's on top. I have no idea what's going on. Did they misread surveil? Okay, looks like our opponent just quit. There's an argument for playing Stubborn Burrow Fiend setting. Yeah, actually we can do that. We'll do Stubborn Burrow Fiend. Hit the next turn Restless Prairie, Frontier Seeker. But this looks like a disconnect. Was that a Scorpion? Oh wait, let's throw an apple to the. If I can see another Scorpion come around here. Yeah, while we're waiting, what's interesting about this? Yeah, none of the elements are exactly that clickable, so yeah, it's a very static map. Yeah, looks like our opponent just disappeared. You had the Lush Portico to set up your next drop. You didn't even set it up. Oh, you can make the Scorpions run faster. Nice. And they have a set path that just goes along the edges here. But yeah, this looks like a typical quit. But it doesn't make sense. And you're playing the. Anyway, let's. As much as I like Congregation Griff, I also want to set up our. I also want to be sure of our next drop. Ooh. Oh, there's also an Audacity here. Okay. So that is kind of the big. finisher push there. Yeah, looks like I guess I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be feeding the horse for while we're waiting for our opponent to come back or not. Oh wait, there's also there's a prairie dog here in the lower left also, and there's a scorpion. You can click that through. It's a good thing it doesn't scare the horse. Here. Oh, you're playing whack-a-mole. Nice. Sorry if it's kind of distracted, but considering our opponents, that was one opponent that just quit and an opponent that was a no-show. I guess we're gonna be doing these two decks again, just to see how they actually play out. That leaves us two more decks to actually try. That's Bristlebud Farmer. That is for this deck. So we'll do Dynamite. So the Dino deck is very ramp dependent. It does have a good mid range, but I feel like the marquee is really hitting that 7 mana. So turn 2 Villager and turn 3 Huatli is good. Opponent going Candy Trail, so this is the blue-red artifact deck. So we don't get to snipe anything until at least turn 2. Ooh, another commercial district. So nurturing Bristleback. It does give us 4 cycling. So now with this one, if our opponent plays Gleaming Gear Drake, we can chomp it and go to commercial district again. So another Belligerent Yearling. I guess we're fine. We want to hit our removal spells at least. So next turn we have the option for. So we actually have 2 ways of Now this one puts it into hand. So same with Sprouting Goblin. So I might just do Sprouting Goblin instead of Huatli because Huatli is the more important one. This does give us sacrifice a land, draw a card, but that's for much later. Our opponent's probably gonna drop. Yeah, answering the Gleaming Gear Drake early is very important. Now they have a Legion Extruder to answer this, so that's fine. But they do start sacking these, so that is an issue here. This time this time I want to hit its kin. So we're gonna drop Armored Kin Collar first. We're gonna show the Belligerent Yearling because we don't want to reveal that we have the Vaultborn Tyrant already. Now our opponent can make trees on demand. So like they can pay 2, say sack this, make a tree. It's also why I wanted to get its skin because this is also damage. So I'm gonna swing first. I'm going to incentivize our opponent to trade one of their artifacts. Oh no, they're just taking it. Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna go Huatli now. Let's get our 7th mana. We basically setting up for the Voltborn Tyrant. Our opponent could also have reenact the crime, but I think they're missing stuff. Yeah, they're just gonna split the Power Stone. Ooh, okay. But it does make sense. These can power this. I probably would have preferred to sack one of them first, make a copy, so that you're net neutral, and then try it again when you have more mana. Like even sacrificing the Candy Trail, then making a copy of it, still scry 2, and you net a 3/3 that you can start blocking here. Only going Legion Extruder this time to snipe our Belligerent Yearling, I believe. Yep. We probably also want to transform Quatli at this point if our opponent doesn't present anything for us to attack into. Now let's... And yeah, we can go Commercial District number 4. Pathfinding Axejaw. The Explorers are kind of nice now, so I actually want to keep... If it's action, I will keep it. I am now willing to swing these because our opponent needs to start generating blockers. Did our opponent forget there's another mode on Legion Extruder? Like, I would have sacked... Oh wait, no, they remember now. Oh no, they're just splitting the Power Stone again? Oh, they're really going ham on the mana. Okay. Also, having Pathfinder Axejaw is nice because it does trigger Voltborn Tyrant. Yeah. Our opponent got too greedy with the splitting of the Power Stone there. Or it's... Yeah, the trick there is to make as many 3/3s as possible. You have a repeating loop. Now that said, I don't know what the outs for the blue-red deck are when they... if the Voltborn Tyrant lands. I suspect that... No, the outs would have been the Flyers. They really wanted that Gleaming Gear Drake to survive, but... Otherwise, yeah, Torch the Tower's not gonna do it. Surgical Spellbomb will do it, but it just buys time. But yeah, you're making Flyers with Intrude on the Mind. You have Flyers with Excogitator Sphinx. Your Gleaming Gear Drake is Flyers, so yeah, that's the key win condition for this one. So that leaves us with one deck left. It's the deck that I am least confident on. So what are we looking for? We're looking for hitting Yoda on turn 5. So let's see. Analyze the Poland. This lets us search for a basic land. That's good. Which we can then herd Migration next. I'm willing to keep this one, but so we got red white. So I want blue and or black. I might just get... And let's take a look at the other lands here. Yeah, green, blue, blue, red, just single. Yeah, we'll get the black land because that's the hardest one to get. Then that lets us turn 2, herd Migration, search for a basic land. We can then get blue that way. If we can hit another untapped land, we can go for either Rusko or Omen Path Journey. Opponent with the Meticulous Archive, this could... And Seachrome Coast, okay, so... So Seachrome Coast, so this is the white-blue artifact deck. They actually have Marius Outriders, so... Yep, this is an Urza deck. So we're gonna hit one of our blue sources because we are almost ready to... Okay, now... Kind of whiff on that, but that's fine. We can go Elegant Parlor. Do we need the Hedge Maze? Probably not right away. Because the plan now is that because our opponent is taking their time, I think we might just Omen Path right away. As far as removal is concerned, the white-blue deck doesn't have that much. Our opponent might even do the draw and discard just to start hitting Power Stone token drops. Landlore Navigator, so... Okay, we got Haywire Might as an option. So there's Nael. So I'm going to hold on this for now because I might want to present the ability to block Landlore Navigator. Opponent probably wants to tap this to activate this. So it's a question of what does our opponent draw. Splitting the Power Stone would be neat here, but okay, so okay, that one. Okay, so they did have the Ginger Brute, and they will make the map token. So I want to see if they attack with Landlore. Nope, they're not attacking with Landlore, so... Yeah, the Thieving Magpie is going to be an issue. It's only non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment, so... Maybe we don't snipe it? But that is a key mistake. Oh, it conjures it to the battlefield. That's nuts. So opponent's going to be drawing quite a bit of cards here, and we're now hoping that so let's see. Whenever you cast a legendary spell from your hand, so it cascades into legendary. So we definitely want to play Rusko next. But yeah, we kind of misplayed that. I probably was better off just sniping this right away, denying them the mana. So they did discard the land that time. So if any, we just at least saved ourselves 2 damage. Yeah, our opponent was just discarding lands now. Opponent's going to split the Power Stone, so that's going to trigger their Landlore. So we... Now Nael can... What? Do we have... Ooh, into a dedicated Dollmaker. So this is our opponent really going white. This is what we wanted to do with the white-blue deck. At least we get to see our opponent do it. Opponent turning this into an artifact. Which is neat. Opponent gets to draw a card. That said, we are able to play Marius Outrider to snipe. I might rather just play Rusko and hold up Leyline Binding in here. Yeah, and we'll cast Squatly while we're at it. So let's see. We are going to be playing Leyline Binding. Let's get more green because the deck is a bit green heavy here. Oh, we also hit our blue as well, so we can in fact cast Nael. Though this one just shuffles everything. We don't have a 1 mana. But that's a 6/6. So we are So I'm gonna swing with Yoda. No reason not to. Opponent's probably just gonna start chump blocking, which is fine. Is our opponent gonna, oh, is going to copy that? Yeah, it's a good thing we held this. It's indestructible, but that does not help. So at least we got the denial there. Whew, that was a good dodge. But now we have to do it again. Actually, we can. We can. Marius Outriders deals to any target. Thank you, Alchemy, for changing that. Though having the Justiciar means that it's gonna take us a while to get around it. And our opponent's making a lot of magpies off this. I will also... And this only hits non-creatures. That said, we can just put an hour on this, start taking this down faster. So what are our options here? We can search for a dinosaur. We do have a dinosaur in the deck. Opponent probably starts also swinging with their thieving magpies. Ugh. The old tech we... So it's... So this might be where things get hairy. If we can't control these, we're gonna die to the go wide. Opponent's gonna try to draw cards. Yeah, if we had taken this out earlier, this would have been... We would have been in a much better situation. Thankfully, they're only... Meticulous Archive. Yeah, this doesn't net us much. We might as well just flip this. The thing is, when this runs out, we lose Watley, so maybe I don't. Not quite yet. We'll do the Omen Path. We'll search first. Also, we can swing back. Let's put on top of library. So let's see, what are the ones that we want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can pin the forest. We're gonna end up drawing these again. So we're gonna just pass here. I could say start swinging with Nail. Yeah, hitting all the survey lands is nice. Oh, we will definitely keep that on top. Ginger Brute. Yeah, now the chain is gonna keep going. So that is the main combo with the dedicated doll maker. So our opponent could also start swinging with these in the bottom, but should be fine for the most part. We just need a spot where they're not hitting stuff. Yeah, but they're gonna keep hitting magpies. So Let's put another hour in the clock. Also, the nice thing about hitting Omen Path Journey is that so 1, 2, 3, oh, 4. Okay, looks like we're gonna need to hit one basic. Oh, and it's only our hand or graveyard. So, which is neat. We'll hold it up in case we hit one of our leyline bindings. Nope, but we are hitting our obliterating bolts, so now we have a plan. If our opponent would stop drawing artifacts, creatures, like that's just one after the other. So we will have to obliterating bolt a few of them. If I have a way of bouncing Rusko just to get the clock back, we probably will go for it. And I also might just hardcast Herd Migration. Okay, opponent also not bothering to swing, so there is that. They're just waiting for a massive magpies. Okay. Okay, there's another Yoda, but we can't really cast that. We will cast Inga and Eska first. That hits us the Goose Mother, so that is one of the times where it can whiff. It does net us a large flyer, not. So I can also. Okay, let's first start paring these down. But yeah, I need a way to bounce this and replay it. Tokens have indestructible too. Ugh. So I guess the correct way is to just go for that instead. Now I could just play Kel and give us another flying lifelink. That. Yeah, if I'm gonna tap, it's not. And hold on, is this? Yeah, creatures you control have vigilance, so if I'm gonna tap, it's probably Rusko. So that gives us 1, 2, 3. Let's see how our opponent blocks. Oh wait, that's a mistake. They have indestructible. Okay, yeah, it's very. You know what? We're just gonna concede this right now. The correct play would have been to just play Kellen the untap this, play Kellen the Kid. But yeah, this game has gone out of control already at this point. Wow, we spent so much time on this one. But we'll try this deck again. Yeah, we missed that key opportunity, which was we should have sniped. Maybe not the token per se, but we should have sniped one of those creatures. I think yeah, we had the leyline binding at the right time to snipe it, but our opponent was able to repeat it right away, and we did not have an out for that. So this time, no green. I guess we can use Thundering Falls to try to look for it, but if any, this is gonna highlight the weakness of this deck. We'll try it, but am very suspicious about this. Okay, opponent's on green white. Okay, we hit our green. So we'll probably just play this first. Next turn we can hedge maze. Okay, opponent has trained Arings. That's fine. We have the obliterating bolt as an option. I think we set up for the obliterating bolt. There's a goose mother. I think I do want to bin this one. Also note that we need white mana, so opponent probably has a 2-mana creature to saddle this. I'm probably just gonna just cheeky mouse. Opponent can saddle it too, so now it's very cheeky of our opponent. We'll be taking 4. So that's another Yoda. So that gives us herd migration, which we do want. So now we get all 5 colors per se. So what we want to do is congregation. Yeah, let's just set our opponent back a bit. And then we can herd migration for basic, and let's see. White, blue, black. We'll probably get red here. Red or green. Green is also fine. Opponent has the Bud Farmer. Makes 2 food tokens. Ooh. Now the interesting thing is that we can Yoda onto Yoda. So what is our opponent's remove? Our opponent should have removal options here, but I think the green-white doesn't have that many. Oh, they do. Buried in the Garden. I guess we're casting that one. Haywar Might is 1 off, so that's a. Ooh, and those are nice hits. Seraphics, well, thankfully our opponent still has to cast them. Let's see if our opponent has another Buried in the Garden. That would be so annoying if they do. Because we can Omen Path Journey, drop Nael, though we're not hitting anything. Just the ability to swing is going to be important here. Oh, come on. Do they have it? They have it. Of course they have it. And I now need the Leyline Binding to get one of these out. Yeah, we're in for a horrible setup here. There is a Kellen that can hit artifacts, so that is our alternate plan. But this is now huge. Oh, there's a Clear Cutter. That is big enough to dissuade our opponent, though we might end up having to double block. Please don't tell me they drew the third one. Okay, they're just casting Wily Dude. So it's a 9/9. If our opponent attacks with both, I wonder if they... I'm trying to remember what combat tricks are available here. Steer clear. It just means it trades. But now we have to deal with the Seraphic Steed. Which means it's not gonna do it. Yeah. And therein lies the problem with this deck. Yeah, we can concede this one easily also. Yeah, all it takes is an opponent that just happens to have the opportune removal, and Yoda can't... And even then, Yoda's not perfect around it. So there we go. We didn't get all the wins we wanted. In fact, I think we are short to... We owe you a few games with some of the other decks. So we did see how the steer clear deck went from our opponent. We did see how the saddle up deck from our opponent. So thank you to our opponents. They did feature how this one went really well. Seriously, that was... No, they drew both of them. I thought there were three. Okay, that is so annoying. But that is what it is. That's the problem when your deck is focused on one big thing and you can't land it. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode, Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.